Hello and welcome to the Urban Farming Show. As always, this is where we get to show you some of the ideal farming practices that can be practiced within our small spaces, especially for the city dwellers. Today we are coming to you from Thome Estate with our host farmer, Eunice Motiga, who is an ornamental bird farmer and will be telling us more about how she's been able to achieve so much just within her compound. Thank you so much, Eunice. Let us know how you how you started ornamental bird farming.
Well, I started farming birds some time back, 2013 or so. I kept broilers, I kept some layers, and then therein I started to get interested in ornamental birds. Then I just wanted rare birds for me to enjoy, to see. It wasn't for any benefit, any profit, just watch them. So I started with Egyptian geese. I had a few geese here and they flew off within a short time. Then I got into guinea fowls. Guinea fowls, I kept them for quite a while. They were basically for just for me to see, not even for anyone else. And then I got more varieties of guinea fowls. I got into the local guinea fowls. Then I got some other guinea fowls called lavender guinea fowls. I got into other guinea fowls called
Did you always want to be a farmer, or is this something maybe you started after your career came to an end? Maybe you can tell us a bit of your background.
farming birds even when I was in work. I'm a retired teacher, by the way. I always kept some birds in my home. Chicken, geese, turkeys. Always I have a passion for birds.
Who introduced you into the ornamental bird farming?
The interest in ornamental bird farming came in about 2015, and I visited someone in Karen. He was a renowned ornamental bird farmer. It's called Mr. Mathamia. And when I went there, I just felt crazy. I wanted all his birds. And I bought quite a few of them, and they were quite expensive. From then on, my interest in ornamental bird farming grew, and any bird I see, I want to keep.
Did you do any form of research also, maybe just to see what the other people in the other parts of the world are keeping?
Not really. The research I always did before I got the birds was to know the name of the bird, where it comes from, what it feeds on, and what kind of environment it thrives in. I didn't check to know who is keeping what, who is keeping what. So I got into internet, Google, any bird at all, I read about it. If it was fitting the environment we are in and the kind of food it takes, I can be able to get locally. I always wanted to have it.
What is the ideal structure for keeping ornamental birds?
Mm, People use all sorts of structures. Some of them do it, I guess, running around on the ground, and I think all of that is ideal. But I preferred the caged structures. So all my ornamental birds are on cages. That way, I'm able to control their breeding, so we don't have inbreeding, because I like to have only the pure breeds.
So, are you doing this for commercial purposes, or is it just for for their beauty? Like you said, you love to see them.
For both, I'm doing. I started them for the passion, just for seeing them, just enjoying them. And along the way, the people wanted to buy some of them, and I got the commercial aspect of it. And right now, it's more commercial than the other one.
How much did it cost you at the very initial stage?
I cannot say there was a lump sum for that one, except for constructing the cages, which was quite expensive. But the birds, I didn't have a lump sum to go and buy the birds. I bought them as they came. When this one is popular in the market, I go for that one. When the other one comes, I buy that one. So I managed to make a large collection.
And now, since you kept the other local breeds, we have the broilers and the kienyeji that you have locally. What would you say is the main difference, or what is the benefits, the advantage of the ornamental birds farming over the other common chickens?
No, the common chicken, I've got just a few of those, and we keep them mainly for their meat, and then for their eggs. The ornamental birds, for commercial purposes, are much, much, much better, because where a local chicken will go for 500 shillings, an ornamental bird or a pair of ornamental birds will go for 15,000 and above, one pair. So you can imagine how many of the local chicken you need to sell to make the 15. Some of the ornamental birds will go for even 40, 50,000 shillings.
Are they prone to any certain types of diseases?
Not really. They are not as prone to disease as the local birds. Actually, we don't have, if you watch hygiene, your cages are clean, they don't, no, their eating apparatus are clean. I have not experienced any serious diseases. But when you are keeping the local birds in close proximity, when you vaccinate the local birds, you need to give them the vaccine also. Yeah, so every now and every several months we give them the Newcastle vaccine, because it is the most common disease affecting the local chicken.
And in terms of the climate of this region, how beneficial or how good is it for the ornamental birds?
I think the climate here doesn't affect them at all, because most of these ornamental birds come from quite hot places like Saudi Arabia, like South Africa, others like from Tanzania. The climate here is quite ideal. We haven't seen anything to suspect it is the climate affecting them.
And in terms of labor, are they labor intensive comparing to the other common chicken?
Not at all, because once you give them their feed in their containers and give them water, that's all for the day. We don't, they are not labor intensive at all. The only labor that there is keeping the environment clean, scrubbing them and then washing their drinking utensils every day, and in a disinfectant. We do that every day.
And what are some of the challenges you have encountered?
The challenge really is in the helpers. You find you have trained a helper for quite a while. When they are completely, you know, well trained, they take off. So you've got to train all over again somebody else. But uh, other than that, I haven't faced any serious challenges. Yeah.
And your market?
The market is is broad because like now, all my ornamental birds, immediately the squabs are the chicks, they're called squabs. Immediately they are eating on their own. People book them even before they are that stage and take them. We don't keep them and they go easily. Many times I disappoint my clients to tell them that I don't have this that they are looking for. The market is quite good.
And your niche, is it the high-end market, or is it been just the commoners? Are they also interested in? Have they learned more about the birds?
I would say that there's the commoners, the high-end market. There is a very small market, high-end market, where someone wants just something to decorate their environment, their compound. But the rest of these are serious farmers.
And what are some of the other benefits you can say that you have been able to acquire from the birds?
Other than the financial benefit, because financially I'll tell you they are good. They are very good. Other benefits are just the enjoyment. Enjoyed looking at them. I come in there to look at them even before I go to sleep. Yeah. And I think that one is my initial reason for keeping them.
And also retired, having retired, so you still have a pay slip at the end of the month, or what would you say about that? Because there are other people that are also maybe nearing their retirement time, and probably they are thinking, what shall we do? What can you say to such people?
I think the retirement is really the end of one. It's one stage, just like even as we grew up, there the end of one stage, then the next one, then the next one. You know, you grew up, you are a teenager, you ended that one, you are grown up, you got married, got children. Those stages. So retirement is one of those. That's how I consider it myself. That you have done the work, you have done, you have contributed to the community. It's time you move on to the next stage. And I would advise anyone who is getting there to make sure that you have got something to do, something that challenges you.